name is Lương Thị Hà Phương, and now I will start my 20% speaking test. Part 1. Do you work or are you a student? I am a student at Tôn Đức Thắng University. What are you studying? I am a third year student majoring in linguistics. Have you made many friends on your course? Personally, I am an introvert and really scared to communicate with new people, so it is hard to make new friends. But luckily that lots of students in my course are really friendly. They make friends with me first, so I have a lot of friends in this course. Let's talk about photography or taking photographs. Do you like taking photographs and why? I love taking photographs because photography is the best way to save your memories. It can instantly capture and depict exactly what you see with your own eyes. How do you feel about being in photographs? Personally, I hate being in photographs because I have no confidence in myself. Now let's move on to talk about the weather. What kind of weather do you like? Frankly, I like the cloudy weather because why if a lot of people hate this kind of weather. When it's cloudy, there is no sunshine or there is no rain, and then there is just a sky with the cool atmosphere. Does the weather have any influence in your mood? To be honest, the weather affects me a lot. My mood can change according to the weather change. For example, when it's cloudy, I would happily go outside and do as many interesting activities as I can. On the other hand, when it's sunny, I would rather stay at home because I hate sweating. Now move to part 2. Describe a time you remember when you had to make a long journey. I would say that in the summer of 2018, I have a chance to travel to Hứa town. It is a small town in Yunnan, China. It's on the border with Vietnam and adjacent to Lào Cai. My family and I have just finished our trip to Sapa, but we still have many days left to go home, so my mother decided to take us to Hứa town and to visit and learn more about their life. So she booked a car to Lào Cai border gate, and it took us 1 hour to get there. As soon as we arrived, the salesman showed up and offered the ticket to get through the gate. He will handle all the procedure work, including making a temporary passport for each of us, which means we were allowed to go to China land and I have to get back in the same day. It costed us about 900,000 dong per person and 1 hour of the waiting. Once I'm on the China land side, I can see that their streets are quite similar to our street. There are small restaurants, grocery store, fashion shops, and with a really cheap price. They also have a food delivery unit similar to Banh Mi in Vietnam. I don't know their name, but they were yellow uniforms with the kangaroo logo, and their helmet have rabbit ears, which is really cute. We try some local traditional dishes, drank milk tea, and went for a walk in their park. Their roads are quite wide and really clean. It's such a memorable journey because that was the first time I went to another country. About the part 3, let's consider local journeys that people make every day. What is the most common way for people to travel around your town or city? In my city, they are usually use motorbike to travel around. There are lots of motorbike when you are in the rush hour, and you cannot even move because of the traffic jam. Do you think the way that people travel around your travel around your city will change in the future? Yes, I do think that the way people travel around my city will change in the future because the government is building building some metro. So maybe in the future we can go from this city to another city by a high-speed train. Let's consider long-distance journeys that people often have to make. In your country, what kind of transport do people usually use to travel long distance? In my country, they usually use plane to travel long distance because it takes less time to travel. And the last question is, how is the type of transport that people use today different from your parents were young? So when my parents were young, they usually use train because it's the fastest and the safest way to travel the long journey at that time. Nowadays, people usually use plane because of it convenient and it faster than using train. That is the end of my part. Thank you for listening.